And it is none other than the artist on ARP. Unfortunately, for the killer perspective, we will be swapping over as, for those who don't know and just tuning in, there is a spectator bug on the killer perspective where the killer has horrible frame shearing, and it is very nauseating to watch.
Yes, it is. We had that issue yesterday. Oh, man.
I'm not gonna lie, watching from a survivor perspective is oddly refreshing sometimes. Even if it is a bit, like, weird.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's how I feel, at least.
With that said, we are going into chase here. Artist did find Serena, but doesn't look like they care to chase this arena here. Instead, looking for another survivor. Who did they see?
I have no idea, but I have bad experiences with artists, man. I'm just getting PTSD all over again. I just need an anatomically correct teddy bear to show you where artist hurt me.
That is a terrifying concept. See, artist just hurts me because the killer struggle buses, it feels like so many times. It's a very difficult killer to wield. Look at that dodge, though.
That feels pretty solid. My issue with artists is the same issue I have with twin matches. My very first artist match to cast was almost 4 hours long with between all the matches. That one match alone was like an hour and a half. I was like, oh my god. I was like, this is killing me.
That's brutal. I can't say I've had one that long. That's sad. That's sad. Ooh. Did not expect that to happen, and they do end up getting the first down here pretty late into the corrupt, I would say. So first hook coming in for this killer. We'll have to see what the survivors are up to here. A decent amount of gen progress, all things considered, as they have thoroughly split up on the gens, and that is going to be a pop goes the weasel coming in on that center gen. But I do think we're going to see at least 2 gens pop here.
Yeah, that's definitely a weasel. You just killers love to pop every now and then. The good old days when pop goes weasel was a lot stronger. Now just those regression perks, man, are just. It feels like it's almost pointless to bring anything. Are
you kidding me? Pop Go the Weasel is like, I would argue it feels like it's almost better than it's been in a long time. Yeah, there's those 2 gens popping off, and like 30% of current progress is nothing to sneeze at. However, they're not going to get this body block, and this is going to be a hook trade here coming in for the Ace.
So the question here now is whether or not Ace has, I'm not sure if it's allowed, but if they have Deli or not.
I don't believe Deli is allowed, no. I think Deli is only allowed against the S tiers, and ooh, getting down under the pallet. I don't think it's going to be under the pallet enough, as there's the pallet stun, but not going to get it. And unfortunately, this tunnel out is happening at a pretty rapid rate. Ace does get picked up, as we saw right there, but not before the hook comes in, and they got 2 gens done, but this tunnel out seems like, I don't know how does Ada get out of this situation? How does she get to the middle?
I mean, to be completely honest, if I were in that situation, I'd be just accepting my fate and try to drag it out as fast as possible and as long as possible, because the second she comes off a hook, that artist is going to be on her buns. But if she can drag it out, take it to the opposite end of the map, she might be able to buy some time, so that way they can get more gens done, get more points on the board, and make it easier for their killer.
Indeed. Worth noting is that I think they're trying to get the center gen done, and one in the back is they do have a good 3 gen on this side of the map, as luckily this survivor has deja vu, so we are very aware. And I don't know who they're on. Oh, it's Ace, okay.
I was gonna say that's always something that gets teams when they're not paying attention to their gens and they have a nasty 3 gen on one side of the map, and then it becomes this long 1 hour gameplay on slowly burning every gen, moving to the other side of the map. It's not a situation you want to be in, so it's definitely it'll definitely help them out in the long run if they can break that 3 gen.
For sure. And it looks like Crows are coming in. They will get the down on Kate as well. Will they be able to finish either of these 2 gens? Looks like they might be able to finish this gen, but will Ace be able to finish theirs? I don't think Ace is going to be able to finish this before another pop goes in, unfortunately.
That's going to be really unfortunate. It always amazes me, and I always bring it up, how much of a difference a few seconds can make.
Absolutely. Like for instance here, I think if they had... Oh, never mind, they do finish it. Does Ace get to finish their jet? I think they might.
Oh, this will be a game changer if they're able to get it.
It really will be. Oh, they don't want to take a chance, maybe? No, they're going to power it out. They finish.
Oh no, but he can't go down close to the killer shack. It'll definitely put him...
Not inherently.
It's anyone's game.
But I say, yeah, with Zarina coming in with the balance, getting down here, they will get the unhook. And sure, you can try and go for the tunnel out here, but this is not going to be a 2-tap on the Survivor. There's the hit. Oh my goodness, never mind. It will be the 2-tap. Dear goodness. I didn't think they'd actually get it. I thought you'd take the BT hits.
Oh man, like I said, it's anyone's game at this point just because mistakes like that happen, you don't expect it, and there it is.
Oh man.
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, they did get 4 gens done, but... Oh no. Yeah, and again, there is no deliverance here as it is the artist. And unless survivors are able to bleed out here, which is possible, it is entirely possible that the survivors could bleed out here potentially. And for that reason, because the bleed out timer is relatively long, we are going to sit on the killer perspective for a little bit here. As much as it sickens us, trust me, this Ace takes 2.5 minutes to bleed out here. Wait, can you see the killer instinct of a survivor on the ground?
I don't think so, to be completely honest.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
So,
they found him regardless.
Blood. It's rough.
That is rough. I did not... I was kind of surprised that it snowballed like that. I thought for sure they'd be able to get the 4th gen done, Ace gets across the map, and I didn't expect the double tap at the basement. The fact that Artist got back in time for the double tap was absolutely pivotal there.
I agree. This is going to be a very, very tough match for the killer. On the other side, to match or beat, one could almost... I mean, it's definitely going to be a lot of fun to watch and see how it rolls out for them.
Absolutely. We'll just have to wait and see as servers are waiting for their hook stages. Again, it is not... you're not allowed to Kobe. Kobe's are, in fact, illegal unless you have Deliverance, which the survivors do not. Worth noting,
not allowed.
What's coming up next, Misery will be cracking out the Death Slinger. Yeah,
you don't see Death Slinger that often in comp.
Yeah, you do occasionally, but not on ARP. I'm really surprised at the Death Slinger pick, because usually for ARP you want it, like, Artist, Plague, something that can, really grind out a 3-gen. Death Slinger is not something that I think grinds out a 3-gen, but to be fair, maybe they've got a strat here that I'm not aware of. It's very interesting. The way that picks and bans end up working out always surprise me. And looking around, we are going to be swapping to the survivor perspective as it is pretty gnarly. Looking around, I think it was a decent corrupt for them. Now it's just a matter of which survivor does this Death Slinger find first. Do they even cross into the middle? What do you think? They do find David pretty early on, though, and getting the hit around... I hate the lag. It's like Doctor. The lag time after getting the shot and the survivors can still, like, activate stuff. Really well done there. That was pretty sweet, but as we see over there, survivors are jamming away on generators. Will they be able to finish one? And it's about halfway done. And this killer... Yeah, doubling up makes a lot of sense, just trying to get one gen done on one side. I will say, if they notice what the gen spread is like, it is pretty gnarly, and it looks like that might have been a pain res. I can't really tell from this end. I think that gen should have been closer to being done, and... What kind of gen setup do they have here? They've got multiple gens over here. It's like a 4 or 5 gen. It's a very good chance, and honestly, very interesting. It looks like Nancy was trying to bait out the, like, not wanting to take a hit there, and I think we're seeing that classic pub mentality of, you know, you're the obsession. Maybe the killer has to say the best for last, and you want to try and, you know, counter it. Indeed. Oh, but this Deathslinger also knows the map, and that'll be second hook coming in for the David here. Ooh, spicy hit around the corner. Looks like the survivors are resetting over there. Over 2 gens done, and they almost have a survivor out of the game. Okay, that looks like it was a pain res. I say, what, when were you introduced to cake? Little taco effect indeed. And it looks like they're gonna take him over here, break it, and I think they want to secure this, this camp to death. Mm-hmm. That's fair. I mean, so there is one gen on this side that they have to do, and that'll be the tie condition. But there's, yeah, they're gonna do the full reset here and try to get this game back. I think survivors have a chance here, but the killer doesn't really need to leave that side for too long. Looks like they found the Nancy here, taking a pallet to the face, and Nancy is going to get some distance. Was that a smash hit? No, it does not look like it. No, it was, my bad. Yeah, it wasn't a smash hit. Look at it go. She was super quick, and now killer come back here to look at their generators. I imagine what you do as the survivors, you do the gen on Shaq's side, and then you try to come back here. Looks like there is a little bit of generator progress back here, but I don't think the survivors are back here. I think they're just going to work on the other gen. And so they have, if they have pain res still left, that means that all survivors are pain resable, which means any chase on the other side is going to result in 25% off of a gen, most likely. I am getting word that your mic is no longer coming through the link. I think we're having that issue that we had last time. All right, Taco will be getting that underway. Thank you for letting us know, folks. Again, we are on a bit of a longer delay as we're going to be looking through the survivor perspective oftentimes. Speaking of which, let's switch on over and see what Kate is thinking and looking at. They did sneak back here to the backside, and doesn't look like the killer wants to commit. Yeah, they will be finishing the Shaq gen here. Instead, finding Nancy. And we'll have to see if Nancy's able to get any distance here towards center. I think they have enough line of sight block that shouldn't be too much of an issue. There's the fake out. Once, twice, holding W. Beautiful dodge coming in as well. And Nancy is going to be left there as they cannot commit. Oh, that is a lot more difficult. Okay. Sorry, folks. We are getting Hell's video situation fixed. You just give us a second here. Okay, you are in trouble, and they do end up going down. The question is, do they finish a gen for it? Survivors are jamming away. Looks like they are doubling up, and it looks like they will be leaving it potentially. Oh, the killer didn't go for it. Wow.
Since Mike Tyson got his ear bit off.
Now, see, I wasn't around for that. Also, if I had been, I wouldn't have been allowed to watch it. So, looks like they are gonna definitely leave them slugged on the ground here. They want the pressure. It looks like Deathslinger will be taking the hit here. Where are they?
There's so much pressure on this guy.
This jet is about to pop, though. The tie condition's been met for the survivors. One slugged out, one in mending. They do get the pickup on Kate. They're going to need a reset here. And Nia's probably going to take a ping. Oh my goodness, that was such a good shot.
Oh man, I'm like clenching on how this is going to work out. There's so much pressure on this killer to get the 4K at one gen. If that gen pops, then this rolls into favor for the other team. It's all coming down to this singular moment.
Indeed. Looks like Nancy making her way back over to finish this gen. Kay was over here too, but they're being pushed off. Deathslinger's leaving a slug in the back.
He has to try to hook somebody at a point where he could safely do it and get his pop on the gen.
Oh my goodness, that gen is like 99.
Oh my goodness. You know he's sweating it right now.
Yeah,
he's got to be thinking.
If they had made that shot, that would have been game over because they would have got a hook quickly.
Absolutely. That survivor knows they cannot get hit.
Oh my goodness, they're trying so desperately. We see as the survivor get picked up in the back. Nia's now up and about. Survivors can reset if they don't get a hit now. Survivors can reset and start over.
That would definitely spell game over for this Deathslinger. He's playing the ultimate shooting fish in a barrel kind of game here. Gotta get that hit. This survivor knows they gotta hold it.
Yeah, but survivors now, I think they were healing for a second there. Now they're heading desperately back over to this generator. Is it enough? Oh, they get the pain res! That was a clutch pain res. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that worked.
Oh my god, just butter my biscuits. That was close.
That was a pop goes the weasel to boot. So now that gen is definitely very dead. Are they actually going to be able to hold this?
No shot that they get this down. Oh,
also
man,
worth noting, somehow the shearing on the screen has kind of stopped for me.
It has.
I'm not sure what to think about that.
Smoother. Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe they fixed it.
No, there wasn't an update. That's the thing. There wasn't an update. So I'm really not sure why it's so smooth. Well, I'll take it.
Yep. Don't look a gifted horse in the mouth, as they say.
Indeed. Yeah, it looks like survivors will be healing here. However, that is going to be another hook coming in for the Deathslinger. And with that gen effectively, I would say that gen is almost completely reset after a pain res and a pop. And now the Deathslinger gets a central hook near everything.
That's rough. No, no. And it's a fresh hook. Oh, no.
Yeah, the survivor's got a full 2 minutes to sit on that hook, potentially. Nancy taking chase into center. No live.
Oh, man. Like, you know that killer is looking. He has to remove someone to make things so much easier, to play it into his game. but he's fighting for everything just to keep this tie.
Absolutely. Now the question is, yeah, they were back here on this generator.
And it looks like the killer's onto their shenanigans.
Oh my goodness, last second pop goes the weasel. Taking a pot shot, but too far away. Now the killer's in another bind here as they need to regain this pressure that they lost. Survivor is to the wind. They do find Kate at the main building here. And they will be taking hit through the middle.
Will he get it?
I think he does. Yeah, he does get it.
Oh man, does he stay with this Survivor? Or does he go check his gens? Everything's riding on every single decision he makes.
Absolutely. Looks like Nancy heeding the call, but Deathslinger here. Ooh!
Ooh!
I love that near miss blood point notification. That's pretty sweet. Oh! Oh!
He's just singing, you know it's...
Oh, yeah. And it looks like, yeah, Kate coming back here. Deathslinger not fully aware that Kate's in the back here, and it looks like they might be going to check. Yeah, they are aware, and Kate getting the call out a bit late. Maybe not even getting a call out. Oh, no, they wanted to make the Nancy into coming in too close.
Uh-oh.
And that will be a corner attack here coming in from Nancy, as they don't really have much else they can do.
I mean, that's always a good option because now it's going to take him even more time to get the hook if he decides to hook, or if he's going to go get the two-man. There's so much to go on right now. I mean, well, I feel like he's making the right choice if he leaves them down, because that's a fresh hook.
Yeah, because unless they know that there's a scourge hook in the area, yeah, you definitely don't want to take that hook here.
That's exactly.
They're gonna lose this generator.
Oh no! 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 Oh no!
They do see it, and that'll be a light. Really good job positioning the Kate here at the main building. Really good use of light here. They do get the pickup. That will be a hit through the window though, and now you got to hook by this Jin in the back. But now the stars are doubling the other Jin. It's not gonna be enough. Even you have all the time in the world. Oh, they're gonna leave him slugged.
Oh, I don't know how that. Oh, because that Survivor's on his first hook. That would have been he could essentially camp it out for a death hook.
I think the Kate has actually a second hook.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, I think they're on. I think this will be their second hook. Yeah, they're trying to box everyone out to the main. Oh, but they got in the locker and they called it. Oh, but the Nancy's going back. That's gonna be it. They're gonna finish this gen. Maybe they should have hooked the. No, they have a pain rest still. Oh, that's so brutal.
That could be it.
These are such calculated pain reses. My goodness.
Pain res is not dead.
Oh, no, it never was. And now you get to come back and pop this as well. Oh my goodness.
That is a very tactful use of pain res and pop to manage your 3-gen. Perfectly done. It's always fun to watch.
I would absolutely agree here. They do get the unhook, and yeah, Deathslinger saw the crow back here, thinking something is up. Yeah, we hear him too. This Kate needs to be careful.
Uh-oh.
No pallet left. That is going to be a down. And I think this Survivor is second. However, the Jet across, they're not going for the hook. Their game sense is absolutely on point here.
Love to see it. They have it there. It's gonna be a giant ping pong game going back and forth to the first person who makes a mistake. But he is playing this really well, tactful, planned out. He's searching. They're everywhere. They're they're starting to panic.
I don't know if they're starting to panic, but it's kind of close, honestly. They don't want to hook the Kate just because they don't the Nancy, because they don't represent a lot of hook stages. Kate the same way. If they can get the Nia's death hook, they really want Nia.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, getting rid of some...
That would end it.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a survivor dead here would be game ending. They're hiding really well, too. That's one of the crazy things, that this game has become so much about stealth. Oh, but they find Kate again in the back. The question is, they haven't stopped the other gen from firing. Oh, but a good fake out. Oh, that is that new vault for you. That is the new fast vaults. Oh, my goodness. That's so
they
savage.
Downed him again. They're not going for any hook unless
They
it's
hit
Mia.
it!
Oh, they got it! This could be it! It could be all over!
It really could
no.
be. But as they pick up the, they do get to pick up on the Kate, trying to find the Nancy, and that'll be a, I think this is a Scourge Hook. Yeah, I think it was.
Oh my god, you know these survivors are so frustrated. Never have you had such a difficult time and everything riding on a single gen.
It's kind of insane how close this set is being. They will apply the pop to the furthest gen, not one behind main building. We saw crows behind the hill here where Nancy is. Yeah, we hear Nia to the left. They're immediately going in for the unhook. This gen is so close to firing as well. Oh, that was a very laggy vault, but that will be another down on Kate. Kate's close to bleeding out. They can't afford to slug Kate too much more.
Yep, it is definitely... Everything's coming into play. This killer can hold what he has the way it is now. It'll eventually play into his hands. He just has to juggle these gens effectively, as he has been doing.
But I think you need to go over here and hook the Kate just in case. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't think you can do the gen. I think they wanted confirmation that they couldn't finish the gen in time. So now you hook the survivor, kick the gen where Kate is, and then I think you can hold this potentially. Man, this killer's been playing so patient.
Absolutely. He's playing it well, patiently, following his patterns. He's cycling through it. He's waiting. He's listening, using every sense, and watching for crows. This is Deathslinger played at just as peak performance as possible.
This is incredible, yeah. I have not seen Deathslinger so... And look, they've got this hill here so they can harass the Nancy. If they commit too far to the gen, they're dead. They do get the unhook on the Kate, and they miss the shot.
Oh, man.
But Nancy is committed over here somewhere. Nancy's back here.
This could be it for Nancy. I think this is their death hook, isn't it?
The question is, though, you can't, even if you get this, you can't commit to it. You got to down this river and go back to your gens. Yeah, I think they commit to this.
Oh.
Deathslinger's heading back. 110 killer problems.
Shoot.
You can't stop it. It's gonna pop.
It is all over, folks. And
oh man, the adrenaline to it. I think the Nancy took the chance. Now that said, there is an opportunity here to get a lot of points regardless. It may be a loss for Misery in set 1, but they can bring this back with a very close, how would you say it? A very close victory, let's put it that way. They do get the pickup. Nia's still healthy. Nancy represents the most points, but instead of being, you know, a landslide victory, it's only going to be like a 4 or 5 point victory, which is very achievable for the survivors. Also worth noting is that Nancy is the one in chase. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think it's only going to result in a 4 point victory. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, you have to like think like because Nancy went comp corner.
Yeah,
they were able to get that.
They took the bait, and I think Killer's gonna go straight over here, but I think the survivor gets it in time, even if the killer hightails it back. I don't hear any killer instinct or anything, and yeah, that will be one stage out for the. Oh no, he was face camping. Never mind. Okay, he just wanted to secure his... Honestly, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is going to be... Let's see. One hook stage got out. Yeah, I think it's going to be like a 4 point difference in favor of Occult taking this set number 1. But
that's a good 10-4, Rubber Ducky.
How long you been holding that one in, huh? Huh?
For a while. I feel better.
Fair. Ooh, but they scared a crow. They didn't take the bait. The crow was not enough to get the killer's attention, and now going into the back of main. Look at these survivors stealthing out like absolute mad lads.
It's a lost art these days in some of the comp teams, man. They people forget how strong stealthing can really be.
Stealthing out that corrupt intervention, super strong. Oh, I don't know. Oh my goodness.
That was very close.
Honestly, mad props to the Nia for not like accidentally just like touching shift and starting to run. I would have accidentally tapped shift and started running.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. I can't, man. You know that Nia was clenching so tight. She was pooping diamonds, man.
It's very close. But looking around, still not seeing anything here. I think survivors might be able to wait out the full corrupt zone. That's kind of intense.
That absolutely is. That's going to definitely play well into their hands. Because if...
Oh, we lost you again.
Nope, I'm here. My whole train of thought just derailed.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, don't do that when we've had so many problems with your mic.
I was like, there was something... Uh-oh.
That scared me.
Yeah, no, that surprised me.
That was not what I was expecting, but a head-on from the Nia, getting infected all the while. I think they were scared they were going to get yoinked, and honestly, I don't blame them. Considering the patience they showed earlier, I'm impressed. However, holding this very tightly, not getting any more infection. Plague hears that Jimmy worked on, is going to vomit real quick and continue back with Chase. I think they should get infected after this volley here. Yeah, there's the volley. They didn't take the window. I think they're going to go down here.
Oh, man, there weren't a lot of options for that, because had they taken the window, they knew that she would have gotten them at the window. So it came down to, you know, can you dodge it? Where are you choosing to go down? And it was tough. She knew, she kind of accepted her fate. She was like, all right, this is happening.
Indeed, and we do see that that 2% slowdown from a good old Thanatophobia, as that gen is just ever so slightly slower, that survivor being injured. And now Plague just kind of holding camp here, and honestly, I don't blame him. I will say it's not what they wanted, maybe. That the gen's on the other side of the field. There's, I think, 4 of them potentially, but they're just not going to hold on to it. Instead, looking to hold on to Shaq's side.
It's going to be interesting if this Plague can get all these people infected. Because
that's a good point, actually.
That definitely plays well into Thanatophobia, but I mean, we're going to have to see how this works out and how they juggle it, how this team will juggle it.
Indeed, and worth noting that we heard the vault there, that is Bamboozle as well, which, you know, I would say Bamboozle on Plague's pretty standard, as is Thanatophobia. The survivor looking back at their survivors hanging out on gens, not coming for that save, and that is the second stage confirmed, as Plague hanging out on the top of the hill. I think the survivors are content to let their survivor go.
Yeah, there's always that difference in strategy, right? Like, do you double team and try to get the save, or do you focus on gens, sacrifice the survivor, and crank them out?
Well, unfortunately, this is the one downside of not being able to have killer perspective. I didn't realize that was a very quick chase for Jake. They got injured, and the amount of time that I came back over, Plague already got the down, which means first hook coming in on the Jake, and survivors are going to have to desperately run to the save here. Nancy's not on that side of the map. Nia's not anywhere near except for the save on Jake.
This does not look good.
No, it doesn't. With 3 gens remaining, and you've got, oh my goodness.
This could be a 4K3. Oh no.
This turned very nasty for the survivors very quickly.
It's like I said, I mean, it comes down to the single situation. Jake made that one small mistake, and it just spiraled completely out of control. And it's nothing on the Jake. It's just that situation worked out the way it did, rolled it into the killer's hands. Now he's in threat of getting a 4K3 or a 4K2.
Indeed, and there's the quick ball coming in. Looks like, oh, Plague tried to do some cheeky mind games on the front, but it actually kind of works. I don't know if they caught it. And I think that's a down. Oh, it was. This is so close. Plague, though, has them cornered effectively. There's the vault across. They have power over here? Oh, that's so gross.
Oh, no. Yeah,
literally.
It's...
I'm sorry.
You were due for one. I was just cracking all the dad jokes.
Oh, really good job here coming from the Plague, but there's the fast vaults. That's the fast vaults for you. However, Jake, okay, so Survivor, Nancy is going to be able to finish the generator with 4% slowdown. However, Jake in big trouble here, potentially. Dodging the first line, dodging the second line. And let me be looking at a really tough scenario for these survivors.
Yep. Question is... Oh, no.
Wait, Nancy didn't finish her gen!
Nope.
She started running!
She's choosing to try to save the survivor to extend the game. She knew if she finished that gen, it would trap her on that side. I feel like that was a good call because now the game is continuing, but now she may lose that gen.
That's a good point. They still have Corrupt Purge, though.
Spadoodlos.
Oh, but they're going to use this tile up. And worth noting, Fang able to go get the pickup on the Jake. They get the hit on the Nancy, but she's only injured. Bounce landing, getting a lot of distance, getting into mid, and that's going to be the use of the power, I think, fully used by the Plague. Oh, that's not quite the fast vault.
And it's definitely coming down to the wire here. Where is this Nancy going to take her? It's coming down to how well this Nancy can hold this killer. If she can hold her long enough, it's going to play out really well for these survivors. But there's that gen. She definitely did a good job holding the killer.
Yeah, Nancy did that was a good call on them and the team for going and get the pickup. Because I guess if you committed to that gen, you were kind of guaranteed you got the gen and then, you know, killer got you down, but...
See it all the time. Yeah, killer, you pop the gen in the one corner and you're the last survivor. It lets the killer know what pathing they need to take to down you. So instead of just one gen getting done, now they might get, you know, one person out. Who knows?
Ooh. Oh, they're all here?
Yep.
I'd say the survivor is like scattering to the winds here. This gen almost done.
The Thanatophobia just working its magic.
Yeah, 6% slowdown, breaking the pallets. So I was going to come in to touch the gen. Kill's going to push him off there. There's the sprint burst. Added back in recently against Plague as it was banned for a long time, but Plague's just been such a strong performer. The admins, the masters of balance came in and said, "Lo behold, sprint burst be upon ye," and Survivor's doing a really good job with it. There's the pre-drop. However, they're going to run out of resources eventually. It looks like they're doing a gen on, I believe, main building side. But that does leave the 3 gen still. Oh, thinking they might be in a locker, but that's not the case.
Plague mains must have sacrificed a goat to the Shelbys above.
That's possible.
The survivors must have. I mean...
But the question is, would Shelby accept a goat?
I don't know. That's the question we all have to ask.
Indeed. Fang almost got her sprint burst back. It's almost 99 tier. Oh, but the mind game, that's going to be in the down. Well done.
With a little bit of moonwalking.
Just a bit. And I think now you take the do you finish the gen?
Yeah,
oh, they're gonna let it eat the pain res, I guess. Yeah, they let this gen eat the pain res so that way they can work on any other gen and keep it going. That's a really smart move from the survivors.
A lot of tact coming into this. But it looks like we have Nancy working, making her way downtown, moving over towards what looks to be main building, but I don't know. What my assumption is, she's going to pull her back into comp corner. There it is.
Yeah, they're going to take her to the comp corner. There's the Jake finishing. But now you know where the Jake is. I guess
Yep.
survivors might have accepted the 4v1 scenario potential, or the 4 gens done. Yeah, there's no way you get this unhooked now.
Yeah, see that's exactly what I was talking about earlier, was because you did that, you now know where everyone's at, and it's
Well,
basically all over here.
They got the hook trade, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough, as this survivor has to not only get distance from Plague, but also go and get the pickup, and unlike pubs, there's no mate for this to take an extra hit, or no shenanigans.
Exactly. The shenanigans are gone.
The jig is up, you might say. And now we're just watching this final chase, as unless this Fang does a insane loop, gets a bunch of distance, I don't see her getting anywhere here.
Neither do I. But you know what they say, if everyone types "I believe" in chat, much like Peter Pan, they might be able to get it. I guess no one believed. It's okay, everybody.
And with that said, that'll be the second hook coming in for Fang Min. Worth noting, especially if Nancy bleeds out. If Nancy bleeds out, then it's really bad news for the killer. But I don't think that's going to be the case. The killer hears them in the corner, and unless, well, I guess technically, there's something to be said too. If Jake is able to stealth out a minute and a half, they could deny the killer a single point with a bleed out.
Like, we've had matches before where we cast together where it literally came down to 1 point.
Indeed.
Oh man, I still remember that Eternal match where we were wondering, had the no, it was Tremor, had they had Osaka not gotten that kill right at the end as the bleed out bar disappeared, if they would have won or not.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Okay, fair enough. So worth noting too is that Nancy has to stick around on hook for 60 seconds, as they do need to bleed out. However, Jake's in basement, which means that if she doesn't go back, Jake could technically escape. I think as soon as they see I would imagine, if you're this Plague, as soon as you see Nancy dip to that, that second stage, you go right back to Shaq, right? I guess they're also scared of a bleed out, though.
They are. That's where their mind is right now. They're panicking to try to find the survivor, and Jake, I don't know, the first place I always check is always Killer Shack. It's always the most popular place to try to bleed out. And they're just
okay, she has got to go back to close the hatch. Okay. I was scared a little bit.
That Jake bleeds out.
Yeah, that Jake absolutely bleeds out. And honestly, for the survivor's sake, I actually appreciate not trying to get the outs, and instead just letting the bleed out occur. That does make the win conditions slightly more achievable. That is going to be instead of a 24-8, it's going to be 23-8, because the killer lost a point on the second stage. And it is going to be Occult killing this time. And we'll have to see how survivors handle this, as again, the win condition for the survivors is kind of steep. They essentially have to get 1 point out. Like, they need 5 gens. They need 5 gens to win this set.
Absolutely. And there's so much pressure on this killer right now. The whole game can end here and now.
Potentially. I mean, because of how well Plague does generally, especially in these scenarios, I would actually say the pressure's on the survivors, personally. Just because, like, 4K 1 remaining is not a bad, like, that's a very achievable result for Plague, especially on, like, Subapit and these maps. Ooh, trying to fire it off for volley, but not quite getting it. However, I do think that Ace probably will get infected here. Pallet's infected, so I have to leave this loop or drop it and get infected. They'll take the drop. And they leave. Okay. I mean, enough said. You got the infection. That's what you set out for, and what else are you gonna do?
I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Like, I'm kind of curious to see how this killer's gonna play. If he gets an early start, it could really play well into their hands where it didn't for the other killers. A lot of little bitty details now coming into play as to how this works out. This killer found someone much faster than the other.
Yeah, they didn't. Kate coming in and taking a body block. I will say, I think Kate, not Kate, Fang got a little caught out here potentially, as they were looking for that killer initially at the tower and didn't see them coming in, kind of ran head on into them.
Man, you gotta, I would love to be a bug on a wall hearing the comms going on right now. Someone being like, I need a hit, I'm at gen this, I'm at gen that. Lots of chaos.
Indeed, and worth noting is that this is kind of a dead zone. However, they will be able to get to this next pallet despite the pallet drop. But now, if you zone on the other side, ooh, I felt that on the back of my neck. I'm telling you.
Absolutely, this killer is definitely going through these pallets very quickly. That's becoming a dead zone in this side. So we're gonna see how this plays out long term. But
I don't know if you guys heard it. That was a head-on.
I did not hear that. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Fang was running through, and she actually, I think the Claudette actually managed to get a head-on there, which gave this Fang was about to go down, so that gave him a lot of extra time.
You gotta just, it blows my mind. Had that person not gotten a body block, how fast that chase would have been done.
Ooh, do you see that though? Claudette body blocking again for the A's as she's still somewhat fresh as now she's just not taking the injury. However, one gen goes down for the survivors here. Worth noting, there is no thanatophobia on this killer either.
That's a bold choice.
It really is, and survivors coming in for the pickup. They've got another gen on the way, so it's about to be 2 gens done. Claudette going back near main building, but they're gonna break the 3 gen on the plague. A's pounding away at the gen as we speak. Can they finish it before this killer interrupts?
That's
yeah, they do.
That's tough. That's really tough because now it's a 3 gen. It's basically a territorial killer having no territory to really protect. Now it's going to come down to her getting kills as fast as possible.
It's true. Survivors still have their work cut out for them. Again, they can't afford to do 2 gens and let them die. They have to do 2 gens and then something. Either get a survivor out via the hatch or exit gate. Get essentially all 5 gens done. Like, the win condition here isn't as easy, despite the fact they've got 2 gens done. They still got a ways to go, but they've done a really good job so far. Survivor blinding herself!
Oh no.
Unfortunate, not falling for the bait there. And oh, I think that might have been a bit of auto aim on the killer side, and Claudette getting a little bit of extra for it, but they will end up going down regardless. Second hook coming in for Claudette. Where are these survivors? One's cleansing.
Oh,
I thought they were. Never mind. I thought they were.
One could say that this duck has been cooked.
Excuse you? One day I'll run out of duck jokes. Oh,
Their goose
here
is
comes
cooked.
the power, though.
Oh, we're gonna have to definitely see where this goes.
Yeah, thank goodness for the sprint press, but now you're running into the side of the map where you got survivors on gens. Actually, Plague still has a gen situation back here that's pretty nasty.
Kind of curious how they're gonna play that out because, I mean, maybe the killer knew that they had that on the other side, so they gave up their 3 gen on that side in turn of trying to get a player out or trying to get them near death hook. So right now, this killer needs to get Ducky, and Ducky is just dodging. I get Casper's curse. I'm sorry, Ducky.
They're doing their best. There was not much to work with. They don't have balanced landing. I think they were thinking they had balanced landing because they jumped down in the basement, but they didn't have it. That'll be a second pain res coming in from the Fangmen. And you've got some good progress on these gens, but also worth noting, this killer has double apple. Instead of Devotee's Amulet, it's double apple. So they've got 2 more fountains to drink from. However, Ace right back on this generator as Plague going back and camping their Fang out a little bit. If they don't come over here and finish this gen, this will break the 3 gen. No, they're drinking up from another fountain.
They don't get this gen in time. No, they do.
No, they don't. And this survivor has balanced landing, so they're going to be able to get some distance here from the Plague. But they need a survivor to come in and finish that generator as well as get the unhooks. How long can you last?
To go on right now.
Oh, they wanted the stun.
Oh, no.
They wanted it so bad. There's the unhook coming in, but now you've got Plague hot on their trail coming back. Can you finish this gen?
It's tough.
It really is. There's the Bamboozle coming in. There's the Vault Across. They still have 15 seconds of power left. Going around the outside of the shack. Shack pallet is gone. It's no longer safe. Forcing the pick.
Oh,
they're gonna get the pickup.
Time.
Oh, but Fang's on the other gen. And this is gonna be a fresh hook on another survivor, so there's gonna be a pain res again. Yeah. This is going to be a lot harder to achieve for the survivors. However, they are down to one final pool. The question is, do the survivors know that?
That's a good question. Everyone always anticipates one apple. No, I don't think many people are anticipating 2. So that
they
Ace
see
just
it.
saw it.
They did. Third power coming in. And worth noting, the power's almost always been where the Plague is, which is pretty impressive as well. Center gen pretty close to being done, though. Yeah, but they're going back to the unhook. Wait, with Kate being done on that one. Wait, they might actually finish 2 more gens. Kate went back to the one that Ace was on earlier.
Oh, no.
Oh, good dodge there.
Oh!
Meaty slap to the back of the head.
Down. Man, Ducky playing stealth like no one's business, I'll tell you. Like
Absolutely.
a fart in the wind, you know he's around somewhere, but you just don't see him.
Ooh, good dodge again from the Ace. Worth noting, I think 2 different gens are being worked on right now. There might be close to finishing all 5 gens and forcing set 3.
Was not expecting this to go to set 3. This is definitely... These games went definitely the other way than I was anticipating.
Yeah,
I did not see them playing as well. Oh my god.
Double pops. The survivors have done 5 gens. That is going to be enough to force set 3. I can't believe they did it. Man, they absolutely came to play. This was not how I expected the game with Plague to go, but the survivors have just played so great. It's worked out for them. You don't always get... Oh my goodness, that is... I'd be mauling. I can't believe that hit. But that is the new fast fault.
That is indeed.
But regardless, we're going to be seeing probably a 3-man out here very shortly, unless they really feel like, you know, trying to go back in. But I think they would just be happy to take the 3-man out. Worth noting, too, is that not only was this set a victory for Misery, Misery actually won this set in a fairly decisive fashion. That's multiple stages out here. In fact, I think that's a fresh out. No, it's a 2 stages out. That's still a lot of points to these survivors. That's 14 here, 15 here. That's 15 to the survivors. Yeah, survivors really came out ahead here. Misery pulling ahead in set number 2. If this comes down to tiebreakers in set 3, Misery's actually got a good shot at winning the match. Been a hot minute since I have seen the night, but let's skip away to survivors, as I cannot handle that frame. And it looks like probably finding the Ace here. Yeah, they do find the Ace, heading back to Fun Bus now. Worth noting, as Taco had something come up and is now going to have to leave us, but regardless, we do appreciate them coming by, and if you haven't already, go check them out for the 1v1 tournament series. And looks like Claudette's going to be setting up nearby, possibly to take a hit or set up for Palisade. Cheeky Palisade! I didn't expect that to work out. And by the looks of it, Ace has actually managed to stealth out a little bit here. The killer is probably now keenly aware. Oh, they almost got the knight, one of their guards, and Ace actually managed to disappear. Worth noting is that the killer is keenly aware that survivor does have parental guidance, as after that stun, they got out of dodge real fast. And now Knight leaving altogether, looking for survivors. This Fang almost done with the generator. They do find what looks to be the Kate. or at least the gen of a Kate, and they will take an M1 through the pallet. Kate now in chase. They will make the long wall vault as they do get lithe around the corner. Good fake out from the Knight, however, a little bit of look-see as they try to make up their mind. Oh, I didn't see the Claudette there, and Claudette will take a hit for their trouble. Not sure what they were doing. They may be setting up a head-on play, potentially. But regardless, Kate getting back to this pallet, vaulting over the top, and managing to get the killer to whiff there as the first generator pops off here for Misery. A's coming in to take a hit as well. They don't want this Kate to go down. They're taking all the hits in the world to keep them alive. There's the guard being placed. Kate gonna pre-leave, as I imagine might be a call to arms, but they take it down through the pallet there. It looks like Survivor's in this corner resetting, as this is first hook incoming for the Knights. And yeah, looks like we do see a good old pain resonance. Ooh, setting up the guard right as Survivors manage to get away from the action. That'll be a pop goes the Weasel as well on the killer. And now Survivors trying to figure out what they want to set up and what gens they want to work on, as the center gen got a little bit of a refund, if you will, between the pop and the pain res. Looks like the killer's just going to be content to camp out here. Let us see how our Kate's hanging out. We hear that terror radius intermittently, so killer is in the vicinity. Yep, there they are running past the view. Survivors are on gens. Looks like the Claudette might be coming in to set up for a unhook here around the Knight. No, that is the Feng Min. I cannot see, apparently. I do not know how Survivors look from a distance. They all look the same to me. All covered in blood. Moried in on a hook. Looks like second stage will be secured here momentarily, potentially. Question is, how much progress the Survivors get? Again, we do know that because it was a pain res hook, Survivors may not be all too keen to get that unhook until the gens are finished. And so they will probably finish 2 more gens for their trouble. However, Fang getting in chase now with a guard. Looks like they will be able to outlast it here, as they got the banner and they're able to get a little bit of a speed boost there. Now probably wanting to set up for a hook trade of some kind. Knight sees it and is going to come back in. Will it result in a hook trade, though, is the question. Ooh. I think the Survivors are going to wait a little bit because they want to make sure that a gen gets done. Now they're going to go for the hook trade. Do both gens pop? There's one gen. Kate getting body blocked, though. Not able to get away. But they will be able to vault and get some distance here. They get the shack. There's the pallet. Do they get it? Getting out of the way. Claudette setting up for the body block. Even... Oh, man. In pubs, you'd be mauling. But this was all very much planned by the Survivors. As it looks like Knight only has eyes for Kate, wanting to get them. Ace does get the pickup on the Fangman. There's the drop of the pallet. Kate making as much distance as they can, but they will go down under the pallets. Huh, I'm seeing a bit of a repeat here, as I believe that's how they went down the first time. And it looks like Survivors will be resetting. There is Claudette going to finish a third generator, as Ace, coming back in towards middle. One Survivor down. It is now a 3v1. The question is, I'm curious, Killer, what do the gens look like? Oh, man, that frame rate is rough. Generators overall kind of split, honestly. Not the closest as you'd imagine. Looks like Knight's still in the center. Oh, looks like they found Claudette. Will they be continuing chase, or were they just going to drop a guard? No, they are continuing chase. This is the same place that Kate went down. How will the Claudette handle it? Oh, good mind game there from the Claudette, getting some distance. Knight waiting for their guard come back up. There comes Fang for the body block. I love that this is turning into be something of a twins counterplay. Oh, but the double tap on the Fang, that did not work out in their favor. Ace. Oh my goodness, that is some Speedy Gonzalez. However, looks like Claudette's going to be taking that chase from the Carnifex. However, that is going to be a very long chase as the Carnifex... Yeah, and then a pain res to boot. Knight might be bringing this game back into their favor. There they go down at the shack. Knight coming in to get the pickup. And now Ace in a bit of trouble here, potentially. Did the Knight see a crow on this side? Oh, but they take it through the window! This could be lights out. Do they get enough distance? No, they're running back into Shack. A's struggling to get his life away here, and if this is going to end up being a 4K at 2 remaining, survivors... Oh my goodness, this killer is going to have a super difficult time holding this down. We'll have to see how they do with it. There's the chase. There's the fast fault. I can't believe that worked. They get the pickup even! Oh, but the survivor taking a hit, and the... Oh my goodness, the guard gets the tackle as well. Oh, wow. Fang's just sitting on hook going, my goodness, what is going on? Oh, man. Survivors trying to hold on here, but at this point, I don't know what you can do. Maybe forcing bleed outs to occur might be the way to go. Oh my goodness, it's so dark. How do you even see in this condition? Oh no, they don't get the vacuum pallet in time, and that will be the fresh hook coming in on Claudette. I think there are only chances that maybe Ace bleeds out, but I don't think that's going to end up happening. And it looks like Ace will be secured here, and that will end up being the 4K2 remaining. Kind of insane display from the Knight here. Survivors getting discombobulated, and I think it's hard to point out at what point it became like, you know, a snowball, but the Knight just had so much pressure. From the very beginning, it felt like they, between getting the Kate down early on, the pain res, being able to stop gens, now Misery Singularity is going to have a tall order to connect here. I was actually rather impressed. I don't consider Knight to be an insanely strong killer, but this, I gotta say, the way that Occult has played this and piloted the killer has been really strong, and is, you know, maybe kind of reconsider. Maybe Knight's actually pretty insane. I don't know. Where do y'all put Knight on the chart here? I've never really put them above B, but the way this Knight felt and played definitely felt like they were stronger than B tier. I was very impressed. And now we're just slowly awaiting these survivors to progress to the final stage. And with that said, we'll be going into trial number 6. Misery, if they can hold a tie, if they can force a 4K2, they can come away victorious, as I do believe, again, they will hold the overall point advantage. But if the 4K1 or more occurs for the killer, it is going to be a victory for Occult. We do see the Soma family photo here as all the survivors have been slipstreamed. Curious if the Singularity is going to be able to get a quick ting on a survivor, and they do. Is it enough? Yeah, they're in chase now. That is what you love to see. That's why the Singularity takes it, is it gives you a very explosive early chase. However, it does not seem to be that they care to chase here. Instead, going for a different survivor. There's the slipstream. There's the pallet kit coming in real fast. I love this power so much. This is such a cool killer. And they'll be in chase with the Nia here. Taking M1, immediately going elsewhere. We do see that that is a sloppy butchers. That's where is hemorrhage. There's the quick vault. Following afterward, will they get this pallet stun? They will, but they go down through it. I think they wanted to get the stun early. I didn't think they would power would last that long, and survivors still slipstreamed. There's 2 using their EMPs. This will be an early first hook for the Singularity here. As it does seem that was a pain res, so I'm imagining these survivors having to start a little bit over on the generator here. Worth noting, the killer can't really afford to camp this out too much. We see that is disabled. Singularity will probably be replacing that shortly. Yeah, there's the replacement. We do see both survivors over here getting one slipstream with the biopod. And it looks like they're going to be coming over here to kick the generator, and that will be a pop goes the weasel. However, Nancy over here able to work on their own generator unperturbed, as it looks like Ace will be going in for the unhook here. Singularity possibly going back to the hook. Yeah, they're going to go back for the hook. They will get a tag here on the Ace. Ace also now mangled and hemorrhaging. They'll be jumping into the biopod. Looking for a survivor. Who do they find? Jake is slipstreamed. And this gen is getting close to finish. Looks like they will be able to find the Nia. Nia gonna have to be in the chase of their life here. However, it looks like they will go down at the pallet. That'll be second hook incoming for the Nia. However, Nancy finishing her gen, and it looks like, yeah, these survivors also finishing their gen as well. Looks like the biopods still being spread around here. Will the killer be able to interrupt this heal or not? Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Singularity, however, looking around, trying to find anyone at all. Looks like they will find the Jake. Oh, but Jake taking a hit through the pallet. Not going to stay in chase, however, wanting to spread the pressure out. Looks like they're going after the Ace. Ace will take a tag there. Nancy coming in for the unhook. Survivors, I am sorry, folks. I'm trying to keep perspective here, as the Singularity perspective is really rough. Looks like they'll be heading back. Survivors will be resetting through the Sloppy Butcher. They are going to get this unhook here. Nancy going to take a tag for it, though. And now, are they going to go for the Nia? It looks like they will be going for the Nia for the tunnel out. Survivors desperately resetting, but they're not doing gens in the moment. There's the reset on the Jake. There's the biopod on Nia. There's Slipstream coming in. I think it's going to be a down. Yeah, it's going to be a really quick down coming in. Is there a survivor coming in for the palisade? There will not be, and that'll be third hook for Nia here, as they will progress to death. Where are the survivors? They need to do at least one more gen for the tie. They need to do 2 gens to claim victory here. And they are going to get a full reset for what it's worth. All that pressure is going to be undone. However, survivors have to take it for the full amount of time. Do they see anybody? Does not seem to be the case, and they're going to find their chases. This is again what I talk about, folks. Despite the fact that the tunnel out occurs, it's like, oh, it's a 3v1, it should be easy. It's really not. Killer has to find all that pressure over again. Ace picking up a EMP. Nancy jamming away on a generator. Looks like they will find Ace regardless. No, I'm sorry, that's the Jake. Jake's gonna take a tag. They need to get around near Ace so Ace can use their EMP on it, but they're gonna immediately teleport to... Do they make this pallet? Oh, they got the stun right at the end. However, now, oh my goodness. Jake not sure where they were gonna be teleporting from. That'll be first hook coming in for the Jake. Nancy halfway on a generator will be crouching away. Nancy kind of nearby, and it looks like that will be a pain resonance on Nancy's gen, going back to 25%. Ace about 30% on their generator. Looks like... Oh, but they do get a find on the Nancy. That's huge for this killer. Gonna be using their biopod to get a slipstream going. Nancy gonna be committing to this. And it looks like they are gonna be going for a hook trade potentially. Get interrupted. Yeah, that will be a hook trade. And it will be a pain res to boot, as now Ace can be the most progressed generator. And that will be a pain res there, going back to 33%. This killer using pain res very effectively. There's the biopod. We heard it being activated. They will get the slipstream on the Jake. Will they be able to follow it up? I love how these territorial killers have played. The Knight playing phenomenally, and now the Singularity following as well. They have so much pressure against the Survivor Squad. However, once those pain res start to, you know, wear out and, you know, give out, that's going to be the end of it for the pressure. But looks like they will be able to take a tag soon. It looks like Jake was able to get a heal. Maybe, I believe it was a renewal. Yeah, that was a renewal on the Jake. And now the question is... Oh, that was a slipstream bug. I'd love to see that. However, now they found... Oh, no. They get a Pop Goes the Weasel on Ace's gen as well. My goodness. Okay, we can no longer see the Singularity's perspective. Not that it was much better before. But it is that much more confusing. Looks like they're back on the Jake. Ace going. It looks like Nancy gonna go to second stage. Ace still working on their generator. Now the survivors are in struggle mode. They need to get a third generator done ASAP just to meet the tie condition for the set. But they need the win condition here. They can't afford to tie this set. They need to win it. Now with that second stage being confirmed, we see, yeah, Singularity kind of did a tag there. They're gonna use the EMP. Will they go for a reset? Looks like they will be going for a reset. Yeah, Jake and Chase here. They're going to go for the vault, but they do go down. That's going to be second hook incoming for them as they are. The Ace is currently resetting the Nancy, but now they get the hook next to this generator, and then they get to pop it as well. Things are not looking good for the survivors. The Singularity pulling out some mad plays here and getting some really good stops and pressure. We're now desperately looking around, seeing if there's any survivors in sight. Honestly, this is some really good zoning from the killer. A little bit of a visual glitch there as they are not in overdrive. Looks like Ace will be sneaking back for the unhooked Nancy. About 40% on a gen. Survivors are not giving this up without a fight. We do ever hear the killer coming in. Ace gonna take a body block here for the Jake. Ready for them to teleport even. The question is, do you take the Jake or do you take the Ace? And it looks like they're gonna set a biopod up on Ace to get rid of that yeah, they're gonna use the EMP up. The question is, how much is Nancy done with her gen? Nancy about 70-80% done now. Yeah. And they sense it too. Oh no, I think that was a failed skill check from Nancy. Nancy losing 10% on the gen's gonna be huge. They're gonna take an M1 through the window here. Now everybody's injured. No body blocks allowed. And this survivor is death hook. The EMP coming in. They will be able to disable that. Oh my goodness. And bounce landing to get some distance to boot. Oh my goodness. So just insane play from both sides. However, Ace gonna come over here and finish that generator. Jake also on a generator. This Nancy needs to make this chase last a little bit longer. Stuck on the other side of the pallet, and they're gonna swing into it. Nancy needs to waste a couple more seconds. There's the generator from the Ace. Jake, is it gonna finish? Are they gonna finish their gen? I think the Scourge Chick's already been used on Nancy. They're gonna go for the pick. I think the Scourge Chick's already been used. I think Ace is the only one that doesn't have Scourge. Yeah, this isn't gonna be enough. They're gonna win. Occult's gonna pull it here with this last hook. I'm sorry, with this last generator. Oh man. Swinging and missing on the Nancy might have been the pivotal moment there. And they will go back to the campfire, but that will be enough. Unless the ref comes in here and is like, yo, you're stupid. Your math's bad. But I do believe that that is enough for the win condition here for Occult. We will verify just to make sure, but I think that last gen popping was enough. Absolutely incredible play from both sides here. A's working on center gen, and I'm sorry, Jake working on center gen. A's going around looking for an EMP as they are going to be in chase soon. Looks like they do not want to commit to the A's, or just maybe looking around for him for a bit. Ace trying to get some attention. Yeah, it looks like they do find Jake here in the basement. They will be going down. Death hook coming in for the Jake. And due to Singularity's ability to perfectly guard the exit gates, I don't imagine this Ace is getting out of here. But I think Ace is happy, yeah. Ace just working on the generator. He doesn't care at all. Just absolutely incredible gameplay. The fact that they were able to sneak Jake over to finish the last gen was incredible. Yep, there's the hatch kick. And Ace is just going to be handed over here. Will they get the exit gate? They're not even going to try. They're like, yes. Come. And they will get the EMP blast on. But not before the teleport here. And oh, a swing and a miss. Barely missing there. The Singularity play was so clean. Just a little bit of lost pressure there between the two, but man alive. Yeah, that will be the down here, and it will be 6 extra points going to the Singularity. But it is not going to be enough, as I do believe that's going to be 29. No. I believe that's 32 to 30. I want to say that's what the score is, but so incredibly close. What an absolutely phenomenal match between Occult and Misery, and with that said, Occult will be walking away victorious here, so congratulations to Occult and GG WP to Misery.